Now, Jacob, here at the Gunsmith Show, it is time to start talking about the Golden Bullseye Awards. So fill us in, buddy.
All right, well, the Golden Bullseye Awards are put on by the NRA each year for the past 13 years.
Okay.
They are to recognize excellence and innovation within the firearms industry.
So this is kind of like their Emmy Awards.
Right.
Okay.
You can say, yeah, perfect. Now, to be considered for the awards, there's a couple things the product has to be.
Okay.
First, recently introduced and is available to the customers. Hence, the Taurus curve is not in this list. 2, it has to be used or tested by staff or by contributing staff to an NRA publication.
Okay, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
Did the Remington R51 make this list?
I'm not sure.
Need to
I
double
might
check
look
that.
back in last year's.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
They might have accidentally erased that from their website.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Number 3, it has to be reliable in the field.
Hence that last question.
4, innovative in design and function. It was.
Yeah, it was. It's a paperweight. But anyways.
Number 5 here, it has to be perceived as a value to the customer.
Ah.
And 6, it has to be styled in a manner to benefit the shooting and hunting industry.
So that's the Golden Bullseye Award.
And
so
this
this
is the 6 topics they use to judge on.
that, which is good. That makes sense. They have to have a criteria. They kind of have to have an MO on what to go by. And I'm sure
If they didn't, you'd have the one guy every year that wants the AR to be the number one gun for everything.
And what we want you to do is we want you to know this information, and that can help guide you towards your next gun purchase.
Right.
Or what, you or if you got a nephew that's saying, Uncle Jerry, I need some help here. I want to buy, a new 22. What should I get? Well, this is what you should go by. It might tell you what, I can't say for sure, nephew Joey, but this is what the Golden Bullseye Award said.
So the first award they have goes for the Rifle of the Year.
Oh, I thought you said Rifleman of the Year. It'd be me, But anyways.
Yeah,
Okay, Rifle of the Year.
I wake up in the morning excellent, so
there you go.
You're fine.
See
what I have to deal with, people.
Oh my gosh!
The first award goes to the Rifle of the Year.
His room is all
this
mirrors.
This year, the Rifle of the Year goes to the Ruger American Rimfire.
That makes a lot of sense.
Made in North Carolina.
Good rifle.
Now, it's true, you think that walnut and deep bluing, it's basically gone from common everyday gun making.
You just don't see as much.
You don't see it. So the Rimfire American Rifle.
Maybe we need to take a break and let the walnut trees grow back.
Might have to.
50-year hiatus from killing walnut trees to make gun stocks.
Now, so the American Rimfire, it's a synthetic gun.
Yes.
Stock is synthetic, blued barrel. It's a weird bluing on the barrel.
It's a nice looking gun. No,
yep,
it
is.
It's truly blue.
Yep. Now, but according to the NRA, one thing on this rifle has stayed true, and that's the performance and the reliability at an affordable price.
I have heard not a single complaint about this one.
It takes 10/22 magazines,
which is a very common, smart rotary magazine that Ruger designed decades ago.
But they've upgraded the trigger. It has the 3.5-pound trigger in it.
Very good.
Which you will not find in a stock 10/22.
No, you will not. Well, this is not a 10/22 though.
Right, but it's
It's the bolt action rifle, so this is designed for, one shot, one kill.
But it holds 10 rounds.
It holds 10 rounds.
So 10 shots.
10 shots, 10 kills.
Those coffee cans are gone.
The squirrels will know you're near.
All right, and the NRA says that there's no other bolt action rifle in 22 caliber that can compete with the American Rimfire.
Wow.
So that's why they felt it was rightfully their choice to make the American Rimfire from Ruger the Rifle of the Year.
I can agree.
And that does come in a compact version also.
Yes, it does. It has two different versions, and short one, long one. And the stocks are adjustable to fit you. As a child grows, you keep the pieces. Don't throw them away because they don't fit right now. You might need them as the child gets bigger because children do grow.
All right, how about Shotgun of the Year?
What kind of shotgun?
Talking about what?
I thought, is it an American gun?
No, it is not.
Oh.
Benelli Ethos.
Well, we've talked about that a couple times in the past year. It is a beautiful shotgun.
Now, I'm guessing the only reason they say this one's perceived as a value to the customer is because it is less than other shotguns in its same market.
It is an expensive shotgun.
It is.
If you're spending, you can go buy a shotgun. You can get a new Winchester for $359.
But they always have a comment in the letter to the editors.
Yes.
About how is a $1,900 shotgun affordable?
Affordable, and that's very true for probably 80% of the people.
They're writing this magazine.
Read that book.
Yeah, they're writing this magazine out of Virginia or Connecticut.
Well,
New York City, and a lot of these guns are actually giving them in the test. But what they have to take into effect is that it is less than guns in its same class.
And let's face it, they are works of art.
Oh, they are.
These things, if you get out to Williams,
you don't buy a Picasso at the IGA.
There you go. You don't go to the Starving Artist show and
right.
So
I like this. Yes,
that'll be $3 million.
Yes, I'll give you $40,000. Sir, yes. I'm asking $10.
Yeah. So when it comes to a Benelli, you go to Williams and pick one up, and you'll see what we mean. They are truly. I mean, they're kind of like the Lamborghinis of the shotgun world. Okay, where yes, you can still go fast in a Ford Taurus, but
it doesn't have the same effect.
Doesn't have the same effect. But truly, you can have a Mossberg pump and go out there and shoot the same score as the guy with the Benelli Ethos. Now, okay,
the Ethos.
So we don't want to sound like gun snobs because we're not.
No.
We shoot. We got some good cheap guns. I'll tell you that much.
All right. The Ethos from the NRA says here that it combines form and function, and they call it a step forward in semi-auto shotguns. It has what they call what's the Benelli name for is the recoil mitigation system.
Okay.
That they said this was really the first shotgun with this system, and it has spread to other brands and other designs now.
Okay.
Made in Italy.
Yeah.
Guess what they did was they took it on some extensive field testing and high volume shooting. The performance was excellent. It was extremely user friendly and exceeded all of our expectations. So they have named the Benelli Ethos in 12 gauge their Golden Bullseye Award Shotgun of the Year.
After watching some of the Sportsman Channel in the past 2 weeks, I caught parakeet hunting, which I was totally shocked. It's like goldfish fishing, you know what I mean? Parakeet shooting.
We're going golden retriever hunting. I found a field full of labs.
Anyways, parakeet hunting with a bow down in South America,
Southern Florida.
No, it wasn't Southern Florida. No,
it was in like Ecuador,
something like that. And anyways, my point is this. We hunt what we hunt here in America, but there are still, and we have, wonderful stock of things to hunt here in America. But there's some goofy hunting going on down in South America. I'm telling you what, this guy was knocking these parakeets down with a bow.
Whenever there's a new shotgun on the market,
that's where they take them to test
South America, and they do like dove hunts.
And they shoot like
thousands
18
of
hours a day and shoot doves all day long.
And then
it feeds the locals.
The locals all come up, pick up the birds.
Truckloads of birds, and they all have dove for a week. So dove soup all week long. So that's where they test these guns.
Do they make dove feather pillows?
They probably do down
pillow,
there.
It's dove white. I know.
Yeah, maybe that's where they make dove soap. You never know. All right, we got to go to a commercial break, so hang on tight. The Gunsmiths will be back. Now, if you've got questions for us, our number here in the studio is 810-743-8255. We are live. This is Saturday morning, the day before Easter. And we also have a toll-free number for those of you way out in the Thumb or up near Pinconning or over by Midland. That number is 1-866-533-1530. Hang on tight. We'll be right back. Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
Contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com. If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You just can't spend a whole day at the gun store anymore.
Thankfully, the crew at Williams Gun Sight Company has created the best way to spend the day at the gun store by doing it online.
WilliamsGunsight.com is the way to shop for your used handguns, rifles, shotguns, and more, with thousands of guns in stock for your total gun shopping experience.
Check out WilliamsGunsight.com and find your perfect match today.
And now back to the Gunsmith Show with John and Jake Smith.
If you'd like to talk to John or Jake, call now, 810-743-8255.
All right, welcome back to the Gunsmith Show, the show where you can talk about guns with us on the air.
And nobody tells you to be quiet unless it's us saying it's time for commercials. Now, we are the Gunsmith Show. There's a couple ways you can reach us during the week.
Yes.
We have a Facebook page at The Gunsmith Show. It's 4 words. Go on there, like us, share some information if you'd like. Ask questions on there.
So it's Facebook, The Gunsmith Show.
That's right. Now, we also have a website, thegss.com.
So it's just short for Gunsmith Show, thegss.com.
And you can go on there, and there's links to all our sponsors and all their information to contact them. But we also have links on there to printable targets, along with what's going on with this show, or with next week's show, and some links to our previous shows on YouTube.
And that way you can, and it's not the whole show. Jake's got them nutshelled down as to what they were about. And you've got, what, 20 or 30 of them on there?
Oh, yeah.
40, 50? I don't know, a lot of them. And because this is like show number 103.
Yep, so I think we've got about
102.
half of them on there, maybe.
Good. So there's some really good stories on there. And he's got them shortened down and condensed. The Reader's Digest condensed version by Jacob Smith.
It's just me talking.
Yeah, he's edited me completely out of them. But that's what you get. So
that's on our website as well. And if you always have a question, you can email us at shooter@thegss.com.
Very good. That's probably one of the most popular ways.
It is.
We also, if you need to write us a letter or you want to send us some correspondence, P.O. Box, it's the Gunsmith Show, P.O. Box 45.
Flushing, Michigan, 48433.
Very good. Okay, today, folks, we're talking about the Golden Bullseye Award, which is the NRA awards they give out every year. Jacob and I are both life members of the NRA, strongly support all NRA functions, and especially the ILA, the Institute for Legislative Action. And today we're talking about this Golden Bullseye Award, and we're going to talk about the Handgun of the Year, which is one of the newest entries, which is a very, very interesting gun. We've seen one. I haven't even handled one yet, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. But anything that comes out of the door at HK, I'm usually kind of excited about. They are precision, beautiful guns. So tell us about this HK VP9, Jacob.
Yeah, this is going to be the first striker-fired handgun available from the German gun maker known as H&K. Now, quite the buzz for quite some time about this one because of its low price compared to other HK handguns.
It's affordable.
It's affordable.
It's just slightly more than Glocks. So it's not a bad price for an H&K because usually they're twice as much.
It has ergonomics compared to Glock.
Yeah.
And but also has all the features. It has the safeties. It has everything. And it's striker fired. Now, this is going to be H&K's first entry into the economy service pistols.
Oh, and every time somebody, it's like when SIG came out with the 250, I was all geeked about it. I love the look of it. I like the, even, wasn't it Laura Croft, the first Laura Croft movie? She had customized 250s. That was her double guns that, Anyways, they were cool guns, but there were some problems. So what we want to see here, I'd like to see here is, I'd like to look to the forward. I'd like to look into the crystal ball.
That wasn't Laura Croft. That was another movie.
Oh, anyways, I'd like to look into the future and see what we say about this gun a year from now. So, and we will. We'll re-reference this. So whenever somebody has the first entry, that's my point, with a gun.
The field editor for American Rifleman, Wiley Clapp, who has been doing handgun reviews for longer than I've been alive.
Yes.
I'm sure probably as long as you've been alive, too.
Darn near. Wiley and I go way back.
Yeah. Yeah. You read him at the doctor's office before. All right. Well, what he says is that it's there's little to criticize in his handgun.
Mm-hmm.
from the operations to the ergonomics, and he says even the trigger is superior to the ones in that same price group.
Good.
Which, after trying out some of the new Smith & Wessons, we can vouch and say that there's got to be no trigger worse.
Well, everything. I mean, honestly, looking at some of these striker-fired guns, and these maybe not striker-fired, but just these polymer-framed,
right?
Guns. From Kel-Tecs to Rugers. Rugers is just recently switched to striker-fired. It makes for a better trigger pull. Glocks, SIGs. I mean, everybody is trying to make the great combination of ergonomics, good triggers. Builds a good gun as long as you got a good barrel to work around.
I love the trigger on my Glocks.
Yes, I've grown to really enjoy Glock
great
triggers.
Unfortunately, trying out some of the new Smith & Wesson M&P series, the triggers just are not that good. And unfortunately, to fix them, you have to buy the trigger upgrade, which is another amount of money on top of what you just paid for the handgun.
Well, with the
VP9, supposedly it all comes ready to go.
And we become creatures of habit, though, Jacob, and you know this from experience in shooting. When you just shoot 1911s and then you pick up a Glock, you go, oh my gosh, what's the deal with this trigger? We become creatures of habit, and you get yourself spoiled with handguns, so you don't accept change well. That's normal. You're a normal American. These triggers, like Tauruses, and some of these guns have nice. Like I had a Taurus one time, a semi-auto. Absolutely love the trigger pull, but when you pulled the trigger, it didn't fire. You could pull the trigger 7 or 8 times. Now this is neat because this was a pistol that was designed that you didn't have to rack it again. You could just keep snapping the trigger or pulling the trigger and it would fire, but it didn't have enough oomph to make it happen. Huh. So I sent it back to Taurus, brought it back, didn't work again, sent it back to Taurus again, and that's why I have a little bit of a problem with some Taurus semi-autos. Revolvers I've never had a trouble with. But now when you go into this gun, this HK, I don't think HK is going to put a gun on the market trying to get into the cop field.
They value their
security
name too well.
Yeah. And not to say that Taurus doesn't, because I'm not going to badmouth a gun maker. They're doing the best they can. But this HK VP9 is a darn good-looking gun. So even there's some out there that are used already. So people try them.
You're right. I have seen a couple of them used. Actually, Williams' website had one used
about
a month ago.
And there's one on one of the Michigan Gun Trader sites now on Facebook.
So that's the Golden Bullseye Award winner for Handgun of the Year is the new H&K VP9.
Interesting gun. If you get a chance, get out and see one.
I wonder what the VP stands for. Probably
very popular.
Probably something in German around the pistol.
Volkswagen. I don't know what it means, but anyways. So that was my Colonel Klink thing. All right, let's go to the tactical gun of the year. Ooh. Now, tactical guns, we're going to talk black guns for a minute.
Does it come in black?
Does it come with the buttstock is signed by Jason Bourne? There you go. How's that? Tactical gun of the year.
I can have it signed by Jacob Smith if
there you
like.
Go. That'll work.
All right. This is from DPMS, which is a Freedom Group company.
Yes, it is. But it's been around for 35 years.
This is the G2 Recon. What they've done is DPMS has completely updated the standard 308 modern sporting rifle, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
Really just an update of a standard AR-10.
Yes, to tell people what it is, it's a souped up AR-10.
Now what they've done is they've made it more accurate, more reliable, increased the handling of it. Different places they've serrated ergonomically. They flared the magazine well.
Good.
They've serrated the front of the magazine well to provide a forward grip.
Good.
Lighter weight. Good.
That's good because they are heavy guns.
And it's more adaptable. They've added more things on the rifle to make it more suitable for every lifestyle.
I got to tell you, AR-10s, I got that video of you shooting an AR-10. If you watch that video, the muzzle never lifts.
Well, I'm a very large person pushing down on the barrel.
But it shoots good.
Okay.
It shoots good.
It does.
It's not an AR-15. It's a 308. So, but that muzzle never lifted on that gun. So it's a smart gun. If you want a fast shooting 308, AR-10 style gun is the way to go. There's a lot of them on the market. And according to the Golden Bullseye Award, the Tactical Award winner of the year is this DPMS G2 Recon.
They did the NRA testing, and right from the factory, out of the box, 5-shot groups at .65 inches.
So just a hair over a dime size hole, 5-shot groups at 13 feet. No, I'm kidding. No, this is going to be at a yardage that is probably 100 yards, I would imagine.
I would imagine so.
So that is a good shooting gun.
Now, they believe it will be the rifle that will change what ARs are perceived as for over the next decade.
I believe it. It's a pretty good-looking gun.
Yeah.
They've done a good job. It makes me want to get out the mill and the paint job and start fixing up ours and changing the way they look and feel.
NRA also gives Golden Bullseye Awards for Ammo of the Year.
Really?
Yes. Now, this year, Ammo of the Year goes to Winchester. This is for their W, Train and Defend Ammo.
Well, this is smart, though.
This is the new line of ammo that it's both a defensive round available and a target round.
Yes.
But they
Practice
both
and
have
defend.
the same recoil. They both have the same percussion.
Yes. But the defense one has the more expensive tactical bullet.
They do.
And then the practice one has your general. It keeps the cost down.
Same recoil,
yes,
everything.
so that you understand exactly how it feels.
Your practice round is the same as your self-defense round.
That's
it's
right.
a great idea.
Yes, it is.
It's a great idea to come out in the business. And so the NRA gave Winchester the Ammo of the Year Golden Bullseye Award. Now, new for this year, before we go to commercial break, new for this year is the Women's Innovation Product of the Year.
This one surprised me.
Now, so what they've done is pick a product that they felt is the most innovative towards women over the past year. And in doing that, they've picked the EAA Witness Pavona.
So this is European American Armory. These are good guns. This is we've owned some before. They're good guns, but this Pavona is ergonomically designed for women.
It is.
Very interesting gun.
And they say that they've added, not only does it have sparkles on the grip, and it does. It has
does.
like a silver sparkle.
Metal flake in it or something.
Yeah. But what they've done is they've upgraded it to a lighter mainspring.
Yeah.
And increased larger serrations on the rear of the slide to make it easier to rack the firearm.
Makes sense.
So for a lighter, not as strong grip.
And not as hard to operate.
Exactly.
So if the gun's designed properly and it will function properly, and it's designed for women,
yep,
they've struck a smart accord there. So that's good.
Shows that the firearms industry is looking towards the future of more women being armed.
You know, in just about every publication you see, and almost every, in our time we spend in gun shops, there's a lot of women out there buying guns, folks.
Yep.
A lot of women buying guns. No longer victims. Defend yourself and be proud Americans and join the NRA and be armed. So hang on tight, folks. We got to go to commercial break again. We'll come back finishing up the Gunsmith Show today.